So, it brings me great excitement to introduce you to the concept of life dashboarding. So, what is life dashboard? Now, before we get into that, let's throw some light on the word dashboard. A dashboard is something that turns data into something that you can see and get insights from. Now, these insights can help you improve areas of your life, or it can help you see the mistakes that you are doing and correct them. So either way, these two will cause your growth. Usually dashboards are deployed in businesses where they collect huge data from their operations, sales, marketing, analytics, put it all together and derive insights so that they can take better business decisions, streamline the operations, optimize their inventory, or try to minimize losses, or it can also help them take a new decision that can enable future growth because nobody else could see that insight, but the data showed them the insight and therefore they could take the decision. So what if we have a dashboard for life where we are just seeing something that is giving us tremendous insights on how our life can be improved and how we can correct our mistakes and cause massive growth? So, I'm going to share some simple techniques on how I use live dashboard techniques, and I use an Excel sheet to track my data and help me gain insights and take better decisions and correct myself and stay on the track of my goals achievement and not to cause too many mistakes. So, let's get started. Now, first, I would like to break down life into categories. Now, these categories uh, are basically is what comprise together and make your life. Before we understand, there's this understanding that we must harbor that life is made of time. A pot is made of clay. A table is made of wood or plastic. And just like that, your life is made of time. So, if we learn to manage our time, it means we are able to manage our life. If we can measure the way we are choosing to spend our time, we can measure the categories of our life, which in turn will affect the way we are going to live our life. Now, let me teach you how you do that. So, if life is made of time, and let's say uh, you're born here and let's say you live up to 100 years as an estimate, okay, so now each of these years up till 100 years is made of time, and in each day you have 24 hours, and the 24 hours for 365 days for 100 years. So that is what your life is all about. Your life is all about 24 hours or 365 days lived for 100 years. This is all the time you have, and from this time is what the story of your life is made, and from this time is what you will experience great moments. It is in this time you can contribute your best work, and it is in this time you will experience growth. So, if you understand that your time is what will make up the story of your life, now it gives you a perspective. Maybe let's say you are here at this point of time as you're watching this video, okay, but you still have the rest of your life. This rest of your life, you can choose to spend wisely, to spend in more meaningful and resourceful manner. So the rest of your life can help you rewrite rewrite how your story of life will end if you make better choices starting from today. And that's what this life dashboard technique is all about, so that you get a framework on how you can live your life differently, that can enable you to take different and better choices, so that you can live the rest of your life in a very meaningful and resourceful manner, right? So now that brings me to an exciting part, that is, if life is made of time, and if I can choose to break my life into categories, it becomes easy for me to organize my life. So we define life in these categories. First, it is your fitness, or you can say your physical health. Two, we talk about your mental strength. Three, we talk about your personality, that is the strength of your character. Fourth, we talk about your job, if you're a working person, career, or business, if you are an entrepreneur. Next, we talk about your relationships, and then we talk about your fun, and then you talk about your adventure, then we talk about your service, and of course, there is your financial growth. Then your material goals, and 11 your experiences, and 12 your contributions. So together we just are classifying our time into these categories. Okay, so what do we got? We got life, and we are saying that life is made of time, and this time we are breaking into categories, and that's what these categories are, the 12 categories. Now let's say what we do on an average day. Let's say you wake up at 6 a.m. and you go to bed by 11 p.m. And if there are 12 categories, that means these 12 categories must fit within this time. Okay, but it's not that we just do a workout, or we are trying to be calm, meditating, expressing our personality, just doing our job, minding business, and all that. Or I mean, these 12 things make up your life mostly. This is the chunk, this is the big chunk, this is the lion's share of your time, right? But it's not just these. You sleep, you eat, you take a shit, uh, you take a bath, you pray. There are many other things you do, so that these 12 are running smooth and fine. So what are those called? We call them as rituals. And again, there are habits. Now, habits are basic habits that we are taught as human beings in order to live a normal, healthy life, like sleep on time, wake on time, brush your teeth, take bath every day, say your prayers, and to that we would add few more, like read your affirmations every day, or learn something every day, or even better, we could add meditate every day, and work on your focus and memory every day. Now, if you see, these are habits that any normal person would usually do: sleep, wake, take a shit, take bath, say your prayers. Normally, people would do. Now, we are adding few more habits here because these are the habits that will help you keep going. These are habits that are going to make you become rich. These are habits that will make you become productive. These are the habits that will make you live a disease free life. Now, it's okay if you're not making the connections here yet. Just keep up with me. I'll help you understand how you put together your rituals, habits, and these 12 categories to live an exceptional life. Okay, so what is this training all about? This training is all about that most people are living the 12 categories. They're doing a great job, fine, by living these 12 categories. But if you get your habits right, and if you add few more rituals to that, rituals that the world's best rich people, productive people, scientists, innovators, people influencers use, if we combine the power of rituals, habits, and the 12 categories, you are going to live a very different life. The rest of your life, you are going to create a great story of your life that is going to leave a great impact on the society, that is going to help you experience greatness within this lifetime, and also you'll end up contributing more to your family and the world at large. So I'm going to teach you how you put these rituals, these habits, and these 12 categories together. So let's get started. So, first, we'll take with the 12 categories. Second, I'll teach you the habits. Third, I'll talk about rituals. And towards the end, I will help you how to add up these things to live a life that can be told as a great story of impact, contribution, and experience. This is the story of greatness and how we're going to use life dashboard to achieve that. So let's get started with the 12 categories first. So the first one is fitness. So fitness to each people are at different levels of fitness at this moment. Maybe you're not doing anything at this moment. Some people are jogging, some are running, some are swimming, some are playing badminton, some are playing TT, some go to gym, some do yoga, some do Pilates. Maybe you're doing some different form of exercise like maybe dance form exercise or maybe some other physical activity that contributes to your fitness. Now, how do you measure fitness? Now, this whole idea of dashboard concept is to be able to measure, right? So, since we already know that life is made of time, that means all of these 12 categories, including fitness, will require time. So, now if you break this time as how long do I take to work out, or sometimes it can be the number of workouts that you do per week. So these are simple numbers to start with. See, the idea of dashboard is you create numbers for each of your categories, because when you have numbers you can measure. So the simplest way of figuring out how I can come up with numbers for this category of my life is just think in terms of time, because everything requires time, and if I can create a number, something related to time, then it becomes easy for me to measure. Like in this case, you can measure how long do you walk, how long do you jog, how long do you swim, or it can also be how much calories you are burning, what is the length you walk or jog or run. So basically what I'm trying to create is I'm creating numbers that can be measured to express my growth. Also here, to start something very simple, you can use something like this also, like the number of workouts that you do, like maybe you're starting and all of this is something new for you, fitness is new, dashboarding is new. You can start with something very simple and just one metric, that is number of workouts you do per week. Like out of 7 days, maybe your target is like, okay, I'll try to go 6 days, and maybe this is a very good metric for you. Like you rate yourself excellent if you are going for 6 workouts out of 7 days, and maybe you're resting the seventh day. Or maybe you can start like, okay, I'll go for at least 5 days, and maybe this is like a good rating for you. So the idea is creating numbers and creating a standard for those numbers. Like now here we created numbers, but we are telling some standard that okay, if 6 by 7, then it's good. If it is five, if it's 5 by 7, then it's good. If it's 6 by 7, it's excellent. But if it is like 2 by 7, then that's bad. And I just look at the number 2 by 7, and now it rings me an insight that this week I lost my workout. This week I lost the opportunity to build great health. How did I lose? Where did I lose? Now, those are the questions that arise because now you are able to look at this number 2. Now, when you're looking at 6, again, there can be certain questions that can be asked. How did I do 6 workouts this week? What and all things that work for me? What rituals, what habits, what techniques, what kind of mindset, what kind of motivation helped me to do this? And how can I replicate this? How can I do this over and over again consistently for the next 3 weeks, for the next 12 weeks, for the uh, by the end of this year? How can I keep doing this? Now, these are some powerful questions that arise because you have numbers. And when you have numbers, you can ask these powerful questions. And these powerful questions help you decide your standards, your consistency parameters. It helps you understand that, okay, these things work for me, these things can keep me going, and these things can put me off. Like in the case of 2 by 7, if you lost, why did you lose? What made you lose that day's workout? Was it bad motivation? Or maybe you're spending too much time on social media and not going there? Or maybe you're waking up late so you don't have time to walk, jog, or do that yoga. So these insights can help you understand that okay, if I cut these things out, I'm creating time for my workout, and therefore I can make two a 4 this week, or maybe a 5 the second week. So because you have numbers, now you can play with your standards and make sure that your standards are improving. Okay, fine, this was 2 by 7, it was a bad week, poor week, um, work, stress, family commitments, bad sleep. Okay, that's fine, it's 2 by 7, it's gone. But what can I create for the coming week? Okay, let me do a 4 by 7, or let me do a 5 by 7. So the idea is, if you have numbers, you have to make sure that the numbers are better or they're equal to the standard that you set. Like if I say, okay, 5 by 7 is the least compromise standard, and 6 by 7 is my excellent standard. So either it has to be 6 by 7 or it has to be 5 by 7, 5 days or 6 days working out each week. And if I'm if I'm slipping, if I'm skipping a workout, then it rings something in my head, tells me, oh okay, look, I only covered 3 workouts this week, I got 2 more to do, at least 2 more to do. Oh okay, why not? If I could do 3, let me do 3 more. So the numbers keep you going. So it is important that you take a sheet of paper, okay, a sheet of paper, and where you write 7 days of the week. All right, okay. And for the 7 days of the week, what do you track? We track fitness. So I literally want you to do this. Please put those ticks on the sheet of paper. Okay, like okay, day 1 I worked out, day 2, day 3. Now, why do I ask you to do this little ticks thing? Is when you are putting the tick against those days numbers, it's a physiological neurological process suggesting to your mind that you are achieving, you are building something every day. And we all love building things, and it is this drive that helps us to play video games more and more and more and earn those rewards, beat those levels up, beat our friends on social media, because this is the factor that drives us in video games, right? We humans, we have that tendency to be driven by possibilities, to be driven by something that can be grown because of our efforts. So when you see this, oh okay, I did 3 workouts, I can do the fourth one. maybe this is a bad day for you, but okay, let me do this because I can complete 6 workouts. So it motivates you. Now the other model of doing is, instead of doing the sheet of paper, you can have an Excel sheet. Towards the end of this video, I'm actually providing you a link where you can download an Excel life dashboard template and modify it according to your life and parameters. So instead of placing a tick, we would just put those ticks, or maybe filling up with ones, something like that. But this time we do it in an Excel sheet, or you can do it in a physical sheet of paper. Both are up to you. Okay, but the point is, have a mechanism to track your fitness. Now the other way of doing this is, like, let's say maybe you're diagnosed with a condition, or maybe you want to lose weight. Okay, now you can come up with numbers like, okay, what do I have to do? I'm fat and I want to go from fat to fit. What do I have to do? So what do I have to do can actually be a number. Like, the number can simply say, okay, look, I just have to do 6 workouts. I just have to make sure I'm eating all my 3 meals a day, plus I drink my fat burner shake once, and I have to sleep for 6 to 7 hours each day. And all of this, if I do for say 12 weeks or 90 days, I can lose say 10 to 12 kgs. Now that's a practical goal, that's an achievable goal, that's a doable goal. It's broken down into numbers that can be done by you. This is not even something where you are pushing yourself with willpower, discipline, hard work. It's something you can already do. But just by creating new insights, by creating different choices, we're just moving in the different direction to create the outcomes you want. To lose weight and become fit by eating healthy meals, fat burner shake 6 times. I'm gonna walk for, you can even insist, come up with a parameter like, okay, I'm gonna do a vigorous walking for 30 minutes each day, 6 days a week. Now these are the numbers. See, it's all about the numbers game. If I get the numbers right, then I can get my goals right. All I have to do is this. So what can I do? I can just create this uh, sheet of paper here, and here I say, okay, look, if I am working out, my first diet, first meal, second meal, third meal, my shake, my sleep, these are the parameters I created. And then I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 days of the week. Okay, 7 days of the week. What do I do? Okay, today I worked out. I have finished my 3 meals and also slept on time. I had 6 to 7 hours of deep sleep. Fine. So day one is accomplished. Day two is accomplished, but suddenly maybe you're not sleeping enough. Okay, now that rings. Look, you're missing this. Arrest the situation. Modify the course of action. Come back on track. So day three, I come back. I work out. I have all my 3 meals. I drink my milkshake, and also ensure that today I'm not missing my sleep and I'm getting enough, because this gave me that insight to not to repeat this mistake again, not to lose your reward. Stay in the game, stay motivated, finish what you start, because the goal is to do this for 12 weeks, and this is week 1. Fine, I'll do it for 12 weeks. So I do this for second week, third week, fourth week. That completes a month. Then fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth completes month 2. 9, 10, 11, 12 completes month 3. 3 months tracking, eating, action, correction. You will make mistakes, but you're coming back. You're adjusting your course of action. And what did I create in 12 weeks, 90 days time? I lost 10 to 12 kgs. Okay, 10 to 12 kgs of fat off my body. All this is, if you can see, I'm not suggesting something that is very hard. I'm suggesting something that is very doable by you, because you're doing already something like this. But maybe they're bad choices. If you replace those bad choices with good choices and have a mechanism to measure with numbers like this, I'm sure you can create the outcomes you want. And this is what life dashboarding is all about. So I hope you got an idea here on how you can go about and create a life dashboard for your fitness and health. The parameters that I'm sharing here as examples are not fixed or universal. You can come up with parameters and numbers that are apt to your health and medical condition at this moment. You can tailor your own parameters according to your fitness goals and health goals, and create sheets like this, physical sheets like this, where you can track every day, so that it gives you sense of accomplishment, sense of achievement, and sense of a purpose to keep moving. And these things help you understand if you want to quit midway. These things remind you, the sheets remind you, telling you, hey, don't give up, this is why you started, so don't stop now. And therefore it keeps you going. So I hope you got an insight on how to get started. uh, as we go forward, I'm going to share how you can do the same dashboarding technique for the rest of the categories. Concepts of how you can use number, duration, time, or sometimes a list of tasks and put together as a live dashboard. Let's see a quick example here how you can come up with an Excel sheet that can help you track. Now, here I have the category called fitness, and under fitness, I have something called as workouts done. So, all I'm just tracking is, did I do my workout today or not? The other way of doing is, maybe if you're running and the length of time that you run each day matters to you, maybe that is what you want to measure, then maybe under fitness you would want to measure the duration that you are running. Or suppose you are doing something like, say, a calisthenics kind of workout where every day you do lots of push ups, pull ups, squats, abs, and sometimes cardio. So, how much are you doing each of these? Like maybe you're doing 50 push-ups, or maybe 70 pull-ups, or maybe 20 squats, or maybe an abs with like 100 ab moves, or cardio for 15 minutes. You can track these numbers if you come up with a dashboard something like this. Now, I'm just showing you that it's all about simplification. It's all about what you want to measure, what matters to you, what is the kind of workout that you are choosing. You can go something as simple as just the number or the duration, or you can go as specific as this. Sometimes you could be following a workout system from YouTube, internet, or maybe you are subscribing to a gym membership where you're taught something every day over a specific period of time. And even in such cases, you can simply just track the workouts done each day, and that's it. Now, on top of that, here the point is fitness. It's not just about workout, right? So in order to be fit, maybe it's not just the workout. Maybe you want to make sure that you're having your 3 meals every day, okay? And maybe you would want to have a fruit salad every day, and maybe this is your strategy to make sure you are eating on time and eating lots of fruits, and try to reduce weight. Or maybe you're doing something more intense. Maybe you need 4 to 5 meals a day along with a protein shake, or maybe you got to take some more supplements to support you with your fitness goal. So, and these things are important to be done every day, and therefore you want them to be tracked. So you can include these again under your fitness. So when I'm just trying to achieve my fitness goal, it's not just about workout, it's about adding the right meal plan, and how long do I sleep each day, even that matters. So maybe I am spending too much time on social media, going to bed late and waking up late. I'm working out, I'm eating all the meals, but I see that sleep is affecting me, because the quantity of sleep that I am giving is not sufficient for my body to recover and be in a healthy zone to promote weight loss. So maybe that is something I want to work on, and therefore I am deliberately adding this. Okay, because sleep is challenging for me. If sleep is not challenging for you, you might not want to do this. But since sleep is challenging for you, you might want to add sleep here and say, okay, how long am I sleeping? Maybe 6 hours, 7 hours. So since you're tracking every day, it sends an awareness signal to your mind. Hey, dude, look, you're doing all this, but you're not sleeping enough. correct it next day. So this is the purpose of dashboard. It helps you to course correct. It's not about being perfect, but it's about how to avoid mistakes and stay on track and get things done. So this is how you can use the dashboard, come up with something very simple like this. As I said, towards the end of this training, I'm going to provide you a free Excel template that you can just simply modify, add the parameters that you want to add. By default, they come up with some parameters based on the principles that I'm teaching you for all the for all the categories of life that we are covering here. You can just modify the template according to your use. So that pretty much completes the first category, physical fitness, on how not just the workouts, diet, or maybe other factors that you want to count in, track every day, and you can come up with something as simple as that and track every day. All right, so let's quickly jump to the next category, which is mental health. Okay, so one of the key parameters that I use for mental health is, first, I did not understand why is that I'm so troubled, why is that I'm so anxious, why is that there's so many things I want to do but I'm accomplishing very 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 less. So I was in this phase of life where I was going through situations like this, and I wanted, what if there is something I can measure that can help me stay calm, confident, and also keep me going when things get tough, not just when things are normal but when things get tough. So with my research, with my understanding, and with my experience, I understood that if I meditate every day, then I'm breathing properly. And if I'm breathing properly, most of my problems are solved just because I'm meditating and breathing. So I felt okay. So if I just make this a daily habit, then I'm going to preserve my mental health. Not just preserving, I'm improving my concentration, I'm improving my breathing, I'm improving my cognition, I'm improving my ability to stay calm when things get tougher, tensed, and anxious. So I felt I don't have to do many things, I just have to meditate and breathing. So I also came up with something much shorter and sweeter. Usually, people meditate for 30 minutes or sometimes even 1 hour. There are many kinds of meditation programs available, but I'm just giving an average. The duration should average between 30 minutes to 1 hour. But I also said, okay, there is some auditory technology called binaural auditory technology, and all I can just do is use a 7 minute quick uh, binaural meditation. I use a 7 minute binaural meditation for chakra balancing. This is my shortcut. Usually, I do another program where I meditate for 1 hour to 90 minutes. But this is my short fix that I'm suggesting you. If you're getting started with meditation, you don't have time. If that's what you feel, because initially there's so many things running in our mind, we feel that we don't have time. Actually, we do have time, but we're not able to make time. So I understand that mess. So that's why I'm suggesting, 7 minutes is quite possible by anybody, and this is for your mental health. So all you would just do is, okay, 7 minutes of chakra balancing meditation. And where does this go? This goes straight into your dashboard. So I'm just adding mental health here. Okay, I say, okay, I just need to meditate. Did I meditate today or not? I just track yes or no here. That's it. So yes, if I'm meditating, that's enough. Much of my problem is getting done automatically. All just I have to do is this, measure this, just this one parameter, meditate. Now, this is something I came up for my life as a solution, and I also, in my observation as a life coach, observe that this helps lots of people. But maybe for your mental health, and by mental health, what do I mean? Your ability to remain calm when you are in a storm. Okay, that's what mental health is here all about. So, how you can manage negative people at workplace, how can you handle stress, how can you bounce back when you're feeling anxious. So these are our tools, these are our strategies that we use. But I came up with something very simple, radically simple, just is meditate. Because by meditating, so many things are happening. I'm not going into detail of this because we're focusing on dashboard here. But when you just do meditation, so many things are happening. You don't even have to measure or understand those benefits because you're anyway getting them. So I just measure one thing: am I meditating today or not? And it's just a 7 minute quick meditation, or there are 15 minute, 16 minute meditation programs. So just this works for me, and I'm suggesting strongly that maybe this could be one of your strong parameters for your mental health. If you feel there is something different you would like to measure, like maybe you observe that If I read a book every day, or if I do a particular thing every day, or if I eat food on time every day, I'm having a better mental health, I'm having a better mental state to lead my day. And maybe you want to create parameters out of those that apply to you, then that's fine. Go ahead, and instead of meditation, you can include. You might include or you might exclude meditation. That's up to you. But I strongly suggest you do include meditation because there are tremendous benefits out of my experience. So you can just add those new parameters that you want to add here and measure your mental health. I'm just suggesting you the methods on how you can use the life dashboard as such. All right, so let's jump into the next category, which is your emotional strength of character. Say you want to achieve goals, and it is very important the kind of person you are becoming in the process of achieving this goal. So, how should you be that can help you accomplish what and all you are set to desire, achieve, want in your life is so much determined by the kind of person you are. So, therefore, we measure the strength of your emotional character, what kind of personality you are. Now, personally, how do I do this? Is I understood the importance of strength of character in pursuing my life and achieving my goals. So, I said, okay, how can I measure this? How strong am I emotionally? How strong is my strength of character each day? And how can I measure that? So, I came up with these parameters. I said, okay, did I act confident today? Am I grateful today? Did I have a strong presence? Did I emit positive vibes and impact people? And am I aware? Am I helpful? So these are something I came up for myself because these parameters help me determine my emotional strength of character throughout the day. So I would just say, oh, okay, this is Monday. Yes, I acted as I close my dashboard towards the end of the day. This is what I would do. Okay, I have been confident. I have been grateful. I have had strong presence, great positive vibes. I was aware today. I did not let people use me, cheat me, abuse me, but rather at the same time, I was aware of the life games that's happening around me, and also I'm being helpful to people. So I felt that if these things are happening within each day, then this is growing, or I'm maintaining a great state of emotional strength of character. So I came up with these parameters. Now it could be something different for you. I actually also include affirmations here. I read my affirmations every day so that it keeps me focused in the game, and be in the zone to create what I want to create in out of my life. So simple thing, like just these parameters, you just break it down, like come up with what works for you. Like if you and what you're trying to measure is your quality of your personality. Okay, what is the kind of personality I can be which can help me achieve my goals today? So, what parameters matter to you? Maybe determination matters to you, or maybe discipline matters to you, maybe punctuality matters to you, and these are things you want to measure because they are important and you want to make sure that you're doing these every day. Fine, you can come up with a different set of dashboard, like how these things matter to me, because as long as these are done, I am disciplined, I am using my willpower, I'm channelizing all my resources very meaningfully because these parameters work for me. So similarly, maybe this is what you are also doing, but maybe it could be some different parameters that works for you. So come up with something like that, and all you have to just do is add a new category down here and say that's your emotional strength. Okay, and you can include these parameters here. So this is how I create my live dashboard. So let's quickly jump to the next category, which is your business, career, or job. Now, if you're a working person, then job and career is your category. If you have a business, then business is your category. Now, there are so many things that we can use in a business to measure the growth of the business, like how much money we're spending on marketing, how much sales have been made, how many customers keep coming back, amount of money return of investment. So there are so many parameters. But here in dashboard, we're not really going getting into an absolute business dashboard. Of course, you can have a business operations dashboard as such, but what I track really every day is the core principles, the core values, the core parameters. I mean, this is very important. These are very vital. Maybe one or maybe four. No, like very simple, very few numbers. All I just care is, did I create content today? Did I publish content today? Did I spread the content today? How many sales did I close today? Now, you see, this is not a detailed dashboard as such. As I said, within a business operations, you can have a very detailed and specific dashboard. But here, when we are putting a live dashboard together, we're just including the parameters that give you then a general perspective, at the same time being wholly descriptive of the business. So these things matter to me. Like I'm in business of content creation. I'm a life coach. It matters to me how much content I create. How am I helping people with my content, whether it's my articles, videos, or courses, free courses, paid courses. So how much content am I creating, how much am I publishing, and how much am I spreading using different marketing tools, social media, physical marketing, and other stuff, and how many sales I'm able to close. So these are very raw parameters, very basic parameters, and all other parameters emerge from these parameters. So this is something that works for my business. Okay, very quick, short, and sweet, but gives me tremendous perspective on the state of my business and what I'm exactly doing with each day. So I came up with these numbers. Similarly, you can come up with numbers or parameters that work for you. Like if you are a job or career person, okay, and your next stage of growth would be indicated by a promotion. So you can break down your promotion as, okay, what should I do every day? Maybe you should learn every day. Maybe you should spend time more with your colleagues and on floor, and maybe you should speak more in meetings. Okay, so you came up with these parameters after your brainstorming and analysis. Hey, look, if I do these things more, then that is helping me this reach this sooner. So you can just come up with these parameters. Okay, I have to learn something on management, productivity, something that enables me to build my skills, and I have to spend more time on floor developing my rapport, and I have to speak more on public gatherings and meetings. So you can just keep measuring this. Okay, did I learn today? Did I spend more time on floor today? Did I speak? Did I get noticed today? Because these things matter for your promotion. So what I just did is I thought, I analyzed, I used the feedback, input, what's exactly happening at my workplace, what is the politics that's going on at workplace, and what is the best strategy I can come up with that can help me achieve my promotion sooner, and what are the things that I'm not doing. Those are things I want to do and measure. So I'm not learning much, I'm not spending much time on floor, and I'm not speaking much when necessary. So I just created parameters out of that. That's as cool as that, right? You just make sure that you come up with parameters like this that is applicable to you. So whether it is a business, you can come up with simple parameters like this, or if you are in a job or trying to build your career, just think about what you're not doing or what is that you should do that can get you closer to your promotion and career growth, and measure it. As simple as that. So the next one is very important one, the financial health. Okay, so for the financial health, I'll teach you the key parameters that everybody must include in their dashboard. Okay, first, it's as simple as your income. Okay, how much money are you really getting? So you can have multiple businesses or you can have multiple sources of income, but together we combine all of that and we say, okay, this is my income. Next, you have your monthly liabilities. And again, you can break this down as your house rent, EMIs that you pay, the money you pay for groceries, food, juice, um, stationery, education, entertainment. You can break this down. That's up to you. Okay, so you can just track these things every day by categorizing what exactly you want to measure. Maybe you want to measure how much money is going towards monthly groceries, or how much money is going for vegetables, or how much money is going for entertainment. So or maybe these things matter to you, These things are to be measured, so therefore you can include that as parameters. See, on a broad level, we are just measuring how much is coming and how much is going, okay, and how much you save, how much you invest, and how much you give. These are the five things that you must definitely measure. But again, within these five, you can have lots of detail. You can have lots of detail added. Okay. For example, saving. Maybe you're saving money. You're saving money to buy something, or you're just saving money to have a cash backup. So now there are two kinds of savings. Okay, and you can have these two categories and write every day. Okay, I'm saving 10,000 bucks, uh, in rupees. I mean, okay, so 10,000 bucks to buy something this month, and I do that for 3 months or 4 months, and I can add up to 40K, 50K, and then buy that stuff. Maybe that's one of your goals, and this month you have to make sure that you are doing this. And again, you have a cash backup. So as a cash backup, you're just trying to have a liquid cash deposit just to deal with the uncertainties of your life. Maybe that's one of your saving goals. So fine, you have to get two parameters there. Now investment, okay, maybe you could have multiple investment. Maybe you're investing in a life insurance. Maybe you're investing in mutual funds. Maybe you are investing in some fixed deposit policies for your kids. Maybe you're investing in a marriage fund, something like that. So you're not saving, you're not just saving money here. The purpose of investment is these things grow into money. Okay, you put money to make more money. So that's what investment is all about, right? So here in investment, you use these parameters. Okay, you use these parameters and try to create great content. I'm sorry, try to create more wealth. Because content is money for me, it just came out. I'm sorry, but what I'm trying to suggest is investment is all about using money to make money. You're just using money as a seed to grow more money. So these are your vehicles, perhaps, like you just give a little amount of money here for a specific period of time, but the amount of returns you get is massive, and is like double fold, 5 times, 10 times, sometimes even 30 times. That's that's your investment strategy. And finally, you have giving. Like maybe you want to give to certain causes. Like maybe you want to give uh, some to somebody that is representing fighting for environment, or maybe you want to give money to support a child's education, or maybe you just want to give money to your family and friends, uh, or relatives who need money under current crisis. So you can allocate different budgets, like okay, I'll just give this money here, this money here, and this money here. Now the thing with money is most people are afraid to manage money. I am teaching you some simple principles here. But the first question they ask is, look, how do I have so much money to do all of this? That's what they ask. So the point is, you don't need lots of money to manage money. You don't need lots of money to manage money. The point is whether it is small money or huge money or even lots and lots of money. The principles of management that I am teaching you here remain the same. So you could be earning, let's say, even 10,000 per month, or you are earning 2 lakhs per month, or maybe you are earning 30 lakhs per month. Okay, in all these three cases, these are the parameters. You say, okay, I am getting this much from these sources, and these are my monthly liabilities, so this much is remaining. And from the money that is remaining, you're splitting that into investment, savings, and how much you can give. So as a thumb rule principles, you can go something like this, okay, which is, okay, 10% say you save, 10% you invest, 10% you give. So if money management is something very overwhelming for me, we can start with something very, very, very simple like this. And as I say, with these are the five things you have to remember. Okay, your income, your liabilities, or expenditures, whatever you want to call that. And when you subtract the money, you have remaining, and that remaining we are classifying it as saving, investment, and giving. And if you don't know how to get started, just use this 10% principles. If you're already doing all of this, or maybe few of this, or maybe you just want to allocate a specified amount for each of these commitments, that's fine. You don't really have to stick this with this 10% or 2% or 5% number. If your life is dictating that this is how much money you need for saving and investment and giving, then that's fine. But this also gives you a perspective that, hey, look, you can increase your cash flow, you can increase your income. When you increase your income, and if you're saving 10%, because you increased your income, you're actually saving more this time, although the percentage is still 10%. Okay, so these are the strategies that you can use and put these things neatly into a dashboard. Okay, as a dashboard, and just measure your financial health. Okay, and you can say, okay, how much income I have, what are my expenditures or liabilities. Oh, sorry for that. Expenditure, and okay, just refuses to go back. Expenditure, your savings, your investments, and your giving. So no, these are the things that you don't measure every day again, unless you are in business, and maybe you have to do that. Or if you're a job kind of person, you just get money once, and so income is just gets filled once. But saving and giving happens occasionally. It doesn't need to happen every day, but it is happening certainly. So you might want to turn this part into a monthly dashboard, or maybe a weekly dashboard, or maybe a daily dashboard, depending upon your financial requirements and what you really want to measure, and with what frequency you want to measure these things. So these five, remember, you can again have lots of subcategories depending on sources of income and lots of expenditure that you want to track. Saving, investment, and giving will not have lots of list. It will be a very limited list, but it all gives you a perspective. So come up with something like this for your financial health that you can measure. As I say, maybe you don't have to fill these fields every day. Maybe you're filling it occasionally as and when that transaction happens. So maybe a weekly or a monthly dashboard will help. Usually I do this monthly, because there are not much transactions happening, because everything is fixed and decided earlier. Like the money comes, 10% goes here and goes here. The remaining anyway are my regular monthly commitments. So I don't have to, I mean, except the expenditure part, because you spend money every day. The other don't get much of data feeding. It's only that expenditure part gets lots of filling every day, because I'm tracking money on how I'm spending on transport, food, or other things, the daily commitments. So I hope you got an idea on how you can track your financial health here. That's the whole point. All right, so that brings me to the next one, which is relationships. And also, I would like to cover fun and adventure and service here. All right, so what is missed out here is your material and learning goals, which we'll cover once we finish this. Now, service goal is something that directly comes from here. Okay, you remember we had a giving portion. You're giving 10%, and that can come as your service. Okay, that you are committing to give 10% of your income to a cause. That's one service goal. Another service goal is, maybe you can give time, or maybe you can give knowledge, because some people need time, some people need knowledge, and you can give this. Not just money, but even time and knowledge are resources that you can give as service. And the reason why we do service is because it gives us a sense of purpose. It shows us that how valuable you could be to somebody. It shows how your actions can create great impact in somebody's life, or maybe even few people's lives, or maybe even lots of people's lives. So and not just that, spiritually, this is a secret to grow. When you give, you grow. When you don't give, you do not grow. That's the design of the nature. We all are sent here to serve others. Okay, and as a principle, yes, you got to take care of yourself. That's why maybe 90% you're spending on yourself, but 10% of your time, 10% of your knowledge, and not really, and not literally, I mean 10% of knowledge. What I'm trying to say here is 10% of your money and time you're pledging for a cause. And yes, there are certain people who are struggling with how to make money, or how to deal with anxiety, or how to uh, do certain things, but which are very natural for you, and maybe you could teach them that. So it doesn't have to be you have to join an NGO or be a voluntary for a big cause, but it can be as simple as reaching out for people in your neighborhood who need knowledge help, or maybe even time help, and spend it resourcefully on them. Understand your purpose is to help them, so just help them, and step back. Just let them leverage what the time, the money, and the knowledge that you give, and let them use those tools to grow in their lives themselves. You are not accountable for their growth, you're not accountable to solve their problems, but yes, you're accountable to pledge your uh, a portion of your time, a portion of your money. And if you could help with knowledge, yes, knowledge. Your job is to just give with intention, with sincerity, to help them, and it will help you grow in your life. It's a spiritual secret, and therefore service matters in our life dashboard. So you can just come up with the same parameters. 10% of money anyway you are giving, so their service is covered. Maybe you want to go and teach at a local school, or maybe you want to go visit a place and spend time with the elderly persons. So you can measure time, like, okay, how many hours did I spend this month, at an old age home, or with orphanage, or with my friends and family and relatives who needed someone to listen to them or care them. Even that can be treated as service under time. Or you can also take up, like, maybe some classes for underprivileged kids, or maybe you're conducting some free seminars or webinars or workshops. And I don't mean them to be something big and gala, but it can be as simple as I said, reaching out to people in your neighborhood, friends and relatives, and just sharing what you have, how you save money, how you run your house, how you manage your fitness, how you handle work life balance. Maybe these are the things people don't know, but you know effortlessly, and you could teach them. And as I said, it doesn't have to be a mega grand affair. You can just reach out to people in your neighborhood, or you can just help them with the sincere intention to just help them. Okay, so those are service goals. And remember, service is important, because when you give, you grow. And let's come to relationships now. So relationships are very vital, because all of that we are doing is because ultimately family is your priority. Okay, family is everything. That's an old age quote, but yes, it's really true. Family is everything. You don't have family, you are losing everything. You're losing your fitness, you're losing your money, you're losing your business, you're losing fun, adventure, service, everything. Family relationships are very vital, not just at family level. Okay, for your family, your friends, your relatives, and of course your workplace colleagues, your neighborhood. The quality of relations across all these places matter. Some people are like, they are just sorry, so they just focus on themselves. They're not celebrating the relationships with their family, or with their extended family, not even relatives. And even they remain so secluded at workplace, and they're not even to be noticed in their neighborhood. Trust me, it's not it's it is I'm not saying everyone should be extrovert, or everyone should reach out to people in their neighborhood and workplace, and be the most noticed person. But what I'm trying to suggest here is, you can be introvert, you can be practicing seclusion, you can mind your own business, but still the quality of your relationships will definitely determine the environment that you are living in. Imagine you're stepping out, and everybody in your neighborhood wishes you, greets you, smiles at you. That is sending you so much positive energy. This is something you cannot see, but this is so kinesthetic. You can feel it. And from that state, you're going to operate very differently. And imagine the same thing happening at your workplace, the same thing happening at family gatherings, the same thing happening within your own family. I mean, everywhere you're going, you just want to be liked, you just want to be feel loved, and that's exactly what you're getting to. So, as I said, love is what we all are chasing after in our lives. Ultimately, love is the ultimate goal, and relationships are the mechanisms that help us leverage love in our lives. So, how do you measure relationships? Now, how are relationships nurtured? Relationships are primarily nurtured with time. So you should have time for your family, And within family, you should have time for your wife, time for your spouse, time for your kids, time for your parents, time for your grandparents. This is your immediate family, the people with which you live under one roof, right? You should have time. Most people, they don't have time because they feel like, okay, I'm anyway living together. So I mean, what's the point of taking some time? No, you have to take time. Understand, you have to take time. That's how you nurture great relationships. So you have to take time to sit with people, talk to them, ask about their well-being. How is the day going? How are they feeling? What state they are in, and how are they gradually progressing with their life? I mean, celebrate their life story, celebrate their growth story, be contributing, experience their experience, and give them a great experience with your treatment, behavior, and words. And where can you do all of that? Only when you have time. So time is very important for relationship, and all that I measure in relationship is just time, because once you give time, everything is setting in the right pace. Okay, sometimes maybe you want to measure, if you're trying to improve damaging relationships into something more beautiful and loving again, then you could also include, okay, how much calm am I remaining when I'm talking to this person, how many good things I tell when I talk to this person. Okay, maybe these are two parameters I just came up because I'm currently dealing with some situation, some relationship issues with my colleague or with my spouse or with my kid or with one of my workplace colleagues. And I feel, oh, okay, if I just measure, if I'm aware of these things as I am relating to this person, I think I can solve this problem. So in addition to time, I just came up with these two parameters. Like, I need to stay calm, and I just need to say good things. Or maybe I can also say pause and try to understand what the other person is saying before opening my mouth. Maybe after great reflection, I came up with something like this. So I want to include that as a parameter. So this is very relative, what kind of new parameters you want to come up to measure the quality of relationship with these people, your family, friends, relatives, workplace, neighborhood. But yes, time is the best parameter. Just include time. Okay, just say time. Okay, you have time, then you are doing everything right there. And what shows when you're taking time is you are prioritizing, you love, you are caring, and you're concerned about them. So just by taking time, so many things are happening. You don't have to spend 30 minutes every day with your relatives, but maybe you're just talking to them, making them feel concerned, making them that yes, I remember you. Maybe you can just reach out on phone, leaving message, but make sure you're staying connected. Okay, making sure that you are expressing your love, care, and concern for them. Take the time. Okay, you don't have to spend lots of time, but take the time and track it. I'm telling you, your life is going to become so beautiful just by doing this one thing. Relationships, measuring it with time. People ask me, how can you measure relationships? It's simple, measure it with time. And if you have a damaging relationships, come up with parameters that you have to be aware and mindful of. And yes, you can measure relationship, the quality like this. And that brings me to fun and adventure. So, what is fun and what is adventure? Okay, so fun is something you already know and you do it to make you feel good. Adventure is something that you do not know. You did not do this before. And you do it for the sake of a new experience. For example, like watching movies, playing video games, or hanging out with friends, going to a pool parlor, or going on trips that make you feel happy. These are things that cause fun to you, and you have to measure. Okay, am I having fun? I mean, it has to be a fun day. Like, you just have fun, nothing else. It's just fun day. Okay, so usually Saturdays are my fun days. I mean, I just have fun. I don't work, I don't do anything else. I just have fun, and that's entirely to me. On Sundays it's a resting day. I only rest, I do nothing else. It's like that. You got to have time for fun, you got to have time for rest. And people usually combine fun and rest, and again they go on Monday to work. It's so it's so messy because you do not recover enough, and you had so much fun. But sometimes, fun helps you to recover, and if that works for you, then it's fine. But to me, this works. I figured out I need to have fun, because most of my fun activities are also requiring lots of effort and energy. So I got to have fun, but I also have to have a resting time where I'm just resting, I'm replenishing, I'm eating, sleeping, spending time with family. That's how I'm replenishing on a Sunday. So my point is this: Doing what you already know that can cause you fun, that can make you feel good, is fun. So in my case, I say, okay, watching. I'm a movie buff, so I love watching really good to great movies. So how many good or great movies I watch per week, or how much time I spend with my best buddies, uh, or I love video games, so I'm into video games too. I love reading books, not books for skill learning or learning as such, books for fun, books for to tease my mind, to tease my uh, the reading fiction that inspires you to stay in that fantasy land, imagination. I just love reading such books. So, okay, maybe these are the parameters I want to measure. Okay, are all these happening? Most of the times, people get lost. People get lost doing things that they have been doing, and they just forget to have some fun in life. But when I suggest the idea of dashboarding fun, people are like, well, I mean, why do we have to dashboard fun? We are having fun anyway. I mean, we would do it anyway, right? No, because of stress, because of so many things, because of the daily, um, the errands, the workplace, the commitments, life responsibilities. Sometimes people forget to have fun. So it's imperative that you take time to have fun, and not just that you measure it, because that will tell you maybe you're feeling low, maybe you're feeling anxious, and suddenly you get your dashboard and you see that you're not having enough fun for the last 3 weeks. See, there you got the answer why you're feeling depressed and anxious these days. So that is why these things matter and they help you. Okay, so you can have good movies. I mean, these are my parameters. You can come up with your parameters, but make sure you measure them. Okay, maybe every day there are certain things you can do every day to have fun, like maybe you draw, maybe you watch something, you spend time with a certain friend every day, you talk to them over phone. So there are certain things you can do every day to have fun. There are certain things you do on a particular day of the week to have a mega fun. So track everything, and remember, fun is essential. Do it as if it's your duty to have fun. Okay, do it as if you get paid if you're having fun this week, if you're having fun today, and every day has to be a fun day. Make sure that fun is not something non-serious. Treat fun seriously. Okay, that's what I say. Treat fun seriously. Have fun every day, and it's very important to have fun every day, because every day you're working so much, doing so much, and you're having fun. So you're going back replenished, and that's the beauty of life. You're completing your day with everything. So have fun every day and have a dedicated fun day also. Now, adventures are things that you did not do this before. Maybe you did not ski jump before, maybe you did not scuba dive before, maybe you did not go parasailing before, maybe you did not live in it. And this doesn't have to be extreme sports as such, because most of the times people relate adventure with that. Maybe you are living in a different city for 10 days. That's an adventure too. Maybe you're trying to invest some money and run a business, a side business, which you have no idea, but you're learning it and then doing it and also running it. That's an adventure. So adventure is all about seeking new experiences. So yes, extreme sports, outdoor sports give you a different experience which you never had before, and I strongly suggest you to have adventure regularly, because when you're having adventure, it puts you immediately out of your comfort zone. It immediately gives you a different perspective of life. Immediately, instantly, you transform so much, because so much of your brain system is accustomed to your thinking patterns and the regularity of your daily life. But suddenly you have an adventure, it gives you a shock of experience, immediately putting you into a new state of mind, and that is adventure. So when you do not know, okay, and still you say, okay, let me do it. Now you're forced to think, you're forced to learn, you're forced to come up with creativity and innovation and even thrift to get things done, and that is something you did not do this before, and that's a very valuable experience. So make sure you have space for adventure every day. I'm sorry, I didn't mean every day. But what I'm trying to say is, yes, you can have planned adventure experiences, like, okay, I'll go here, leave for 10 days without any contact or money. I'll just uh, go to some beautiful places on earth and have these kind of adventures. I would like to have different adventures within my business, um, personal life, relationships. You try to seek different experiences, and with these experiences, you grow into an absolutely new and better person. So, adventure generally I measure as just one parameter. I say adventure. Did I have adventure this week? This is how I measure. So I don't specifically say it has to be outdoor sports or it has to be something abstract, but I just measure. Okay, I have passed through this week. Did I have any adventure? Did I have any experience of things which I did not do before, but I did it anyway? And whether I failed or whether I ended up accomplishing it, that's still an adventure, that's still an experience, and adventure is all about experiences. So I try to get new experiences every week. I mean, at least that's what I try to do. I mean, get an adventure, get an experience a week, and that immediately throws you into a different zone. And the next week when I'm starting, I'm a very different person. I'm not the person who started Monday last week. I'm a very different person because I had something adventure. So yes, take calculated risks, be willing to do something which you did not do before. Don't just stay to your dashboards and regular routines. Do something off board, do something offbeat, do something which you did not do before. Just throw yourself there and just do it. Feel that gut experience on how you feel, that uncertainty, that fear, the anxiety, and still do it anyway. It's not about winning or losing, but just do it anyway and embrace that experience deeply. All right, so we concluded service, relationships, fun, and adventure, and how to come up with parameters and put it into dashboard. Finally, I would like to conclude with your material and learning goals. So material and learning goals are like you might want to have, um, you might want to have bought certain things, or you might want to have learned certain things. Now this learning can help you in your personal life, or it can help you acquire a business skill. And buying, you need certain buying so that you can have a better quality of life, or there are maybe certain resources you need to buy that can help you accomplish your goals faster, or maybe you just need to buy certain things in order to care the people you love. So have written goals on what you need to buy. Okay, what you need to buy and how much money you need to buy this item or this membership, subscription, product, or service, whatever that may be. All right, and constantly keep tracking. Okay, look, these are the things I'm buying for my family and people I care. These are things I'm buying for myself or for the family that can help us do things better, faster, efficiently. These are things we are buying so that we can have better quality of life. Maybe you're moving into a new home. Maybe you're buying a four wheeler. Maybe you are buying a pet. So things that can improve the quality of your life. So track these lists, prepare a buy list and say, okay, these are things that I need to buy. This is how much I need, and I need it by what time. When should I finish buying it? So if you have money, and where do you have money from? Remember, we were saving money to buy, right? So you can have money from there, and you can say, okay, first I'll buy this, then I'll buy this, then I'll buy this, then I'll buy this. You see, this entire system of life works together. You're having a financial dashboard, and therefore that can accommodate buying resources for you, because 10% you're saving every day and you're tracking it. You're not just saying, okay, I'll save, you're just tracking it. Okay, so the moment money comes in your hand, you're saying, pushing it away, like, no, this is saving. Just think of saving as another commitment, another expenditure, another tax. Because if you're taxed more, you would anyway pay it. If you had another commitment, you would anyway pay it. So think of saving as something like that. Okay, I'm just paying it here because I have to pay it. So think of saving as paying something, and you have money here, and that money you can. And this is not the money for investment. This is money. This is not the money for liquid cash. This is money that you are saving to buy, and that you leverage here and you buy. And also you can have a time frame, because okay, maybe you need certain resources before certain time, or by the end of this month or something like that, or maybe your kid needs something to be bought before a specific time. So now that you have money and you have a buying list, it all makes sense. Okay, by this time I can have this. Okay, so did I buy this? Yes. Did I buy this? Yes. Did I buy this? Yes. So you track your buying list like this. So as you're buying these things, you are improving the quality of your life, you're adding new resources, and it shows that you are demonstrating your care for the people you love. Not just that, your learning goals. Your learning goals are certain things you might want to learn. Like maybe you're having great relationships, but you want to improve the quality of your relationship with your boss. So maybe that's a skill you can learn. That's personal improvement. So you can read on relationships, you can read on personal improvement, you can read on time management, you can read on mental health, you can read on so many categories that we just discussed. You can read on those things, and all of this is just uh, reading for personal improvement. And you can have goals like that, like okay, this month I will finish reading this one book on time management. Okay, so that is something you have a goal, and as you finish it, you mark a tick. Okay, I learned this because this is what I wanted to do, so I learned it. The same thing goes for business skills. Maybe you want to learn couple or few business skills that can give you an extra edge over your competition, or how to run your operations more efficiently. So you might want to learn how to market better, how to create better content, how to train your sales staff to close more sales. So that's the business skills you want to learn, and this is serious learning. You want to invest money, and also you want to invest time. So for learning, you got to have time. So you got to have time, that okay, this is the time that I learn, and this is the time I learn for personal. This is the time I learn for business skills. So maybe weekend, or maybe on a Thursday, or maybe on a Wednesday, or maybe within your own working time, you just pledge 45 minutes, 30 minutes, or even an hour just to learn that business skill. Usually, if it's a business skill, I learn it within my working time. I don't take separate time off beyond my work, because I have time pledged for other important stuff in my life. So if it's for business, then it should happen within the business time. If it's for personal, then I take time within my personal window, and I try to read that. So every day I spend time before I start my day to read, to nourish my mind, to equip myself with better tools to lead my life successfully. So I have these learning goals, and I say these all things can seem overwhelming for you as I'm discussing, but trust me, get started, and do things that are possible for you. If you cannot read a book a month, that's fine. There is an app called Blinkist where it condenses a 300 or a 500 page book in just 10 pages, and you can finish reading a book in like just 15 to 20 minutes. So I mean, if you're just taking time 15 to 20 minutes a day, 15 to 20 minutes a day, that's it, you're finishing a book. Maybe you cannot read a full book, but I think you can read a blink a day, right? Or maybe you can read three blinks a week. That's still a lot of knowledge adding, get going into your brain. And information is power. When you have information, you can take different choices, and different choices will make you move in different direction, producing better results. So learning for self improvement is a must, and I measure it because and all of these parameters I came up based on my experiences and learning. Like, okay, so there is so much knowledge out there, so many people trying to teach so many things. But what if I just create a life system, a life dashboard, and these are things I will do and measure? That's it. I'm on the right path of growth, excellence, experience, and contribution. And this is what I designed this system for. And again, there are certain things that I do, which I call rituals. Rituals are mini life hacks. Rituals are mini life hacks that you do. Okay, so these life hacks just help you get these things done that we're trying to measure in a much resourceful manner. So, how do we do that? First thing is your smartphone. Studies show that you spend at least 2.5 hours each day. An average person, I'm talking about an average person, spends at least 2.5 mindlessly on social media, and mostly on his smartphone every day. And just think, 2.5 hours, that's a lot and lot of time. So I mean, you might be thinking, I never spent 2.5 hours in front of my smartphone. But what you're doing is you are spreading this 2.5 hours throughout the day. You're doing it in little chunks, and all of this add up to more than a couple of hours each day. And why is that happening is because there is a feature called as notification from apps, and this notification makes you to go back to your smartphone and check what happened. and that's where you don't know whether you're spending 5 or 20 minutes every time you are touching your phone. So I have this policy, I have this ritual where I say, okay, all my apps, all the notifications are turned off. If I'm using an app, when I use that app, I can know about what is the story or what is that I need to be notified about. Because, and more than your alarms and calendar, I don't think you need to be notified of anything, including your emails. I turn all my email notifications, or I turn all my social media notifications. When I open the app, that's when I want to be spending time with it. Okay, so I have time for social media. I say, okay, this is time for my social media, and if this is not my time for social media, I am not touching my smartphone. I'm not spending time on my desktop PC. I'm not spending time on my tablet, because that's not time for social media. So if it is not time for social media, no social media, and nobody will take my attention without my permission, not even the apps. And I'm very specific about it, and therefore I turn all the notifications from all the apps off. Turn it off, because attention is focus, and focus your asset in this life dashboarding journey. All that you're trying to manage, most valuable resource is your focus, because when you have focus, you have time. When you lost your focus, you don't have that time. So focus is your most valuable asset, because with focus you can create time, you can create the goals that you want, because you're channelizing your resources in the right directions, because you're focused. So focus is very, 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 very important. Save your focus, protect your focus. This is one of the life hacks that I really teach people. Have time for social media and just use that 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. Spend time on Facebook, WhatsApp. That's it, do it there. So do not allow your Facebook friends to ping you whenever they can, asking you your updates, life. But don't talk to them if it's work time, don't talk to them if it's your fun time, don't talk to them if it's your family time. If it is your Facebook friends time, then that is where you will schedule to talk. You'll ask them to come, you talk, and if they're not coming, that's their problem. You don't have to spend time with those people. I'm very serious about it. I mean, you can, this can sound weird or even offending to many people, but I do that because if you cannot respect my time, because I'm respecting your time too, right? If you don't respect your own time and my time to show up on and have a discussion or time with me, I think you're not prioritizing me. So that's fine. I don't have to spend time with you. And it's not that you have to spoil relationship with that person, but I'm just saying, right? You choose, even within work. Okay, people are always accessible, and this is another life hack I want to teach you. Okay, don't be accessible easily. Don't be accessible easily. Okay, at workplace, okay, you sit and you are working on your at your workplace. So immediately, I mean, tell some, like, you do not disturb. Okay, not just on your as a status on your messengers, online messengers, but on physically hang something, let people know that, okay, right now I'm in do not disturb mode. Because when you're accessible, anybody come and ask you, okay, can you teach me this, can you show me how to do this, can you show me this, can you show me that, right? No, do not allow that. What I do is I just work for 90 minutes, I take a break for 30 minutes, and again I work for 90 minutes. So overall, I'm just working for 3.5 hours each day. This is what I do. I just work for 3.5 hours or at most 4 hours each day. All of the other times, I'm just spending time with across different categories of my life. That's why I have more time. And this 3.5 hours is my divine time. Nobody disturbs me. No smartphone, no friend, no neighbor, no workplace, no family. Nobody disturbs me. This is pure work. And within workplace, no, I am not accessible at this time, and you should not try to access me either. Okay, because this is my time. I'm busy creating the most valuable and resourceful work. I'm so deeply focused, I just finished the work and I'm out of it. I'm out of it, that's it. This is how I get things done. Okay, and what I'm trying, if you notice, what I'm trying to save, what I'm trying to achieve is I'm trying to save my focus. Once I'm done with these two windows of 90 minutes, now I'm off. I still have, like, if I, like most people are working, say, a 9 to 5 job. Okay, you have 3.5 hours or 4 hours done, you still have another 4 hours to spend time on floor, develop your rapport, attend the meetings, and do the other stuff that are necessary to nurture your relationships, work ethics, and everything else, including business learning at your workplace. right? But three just work in 3.5 hours and 3.5 hours. But most people don't do this. They're accessible. They start working. Somebody comes. They're chasing that work. They're clearing the doubt, or they're giving information, and there you lose time. And again you come back to your work, and this fills up your day. And that's why you take 8 hours. You take 8 hours just because you're doing it in a very distracted environment. But if you save your focus, if you say, hey, look, I'm not accessible, no apps, no person disturbs you without your permission. Okay, and if someone wants to contact you, if it can wait, then let it wait. Schedule it, because you have time to talk to people beyond your 3.5 hours. The same thing goes for your friends, family, and relatives. When I'm at work, I'm not talking. I have time to talk to you. Do you have time to talk with me? Then fine, let's schedule and talk there, not now. The same thing goes for fun. When you're having fun, suddenly someone pings you on WhatsApp or Facebook, and you immediately go there. No, don't go there. It's your fun time. Then have that bloody fun. Have that bloody fun. As I say, have fun dutifully. Okay. Do not club, guys. Do not club activities. That's where all the mess begins to start. If it's time to save money, then it's time to save money. If it's time for your health, it's time for your health. And if certain people do not understand you, that's fine. Leave them behind, because you are going forward and you don't have to be stuck with them. People should understand you. People should be cooperative. And if they cannot understand that you are chasing particular goal, you are progressing in your life, and if they do not want to be part of that growth story, why would you want to spend time with them anyway? There's nothing you're going to uh, achieve by nurturing that relationship. So, this concludes my training on life dashboards and my rituals on how you can uh, design a life that can help you measure, that can help you cause growth, that can help you take corrective actions when you're doing things wrong. Most importantly, these are things that keep you on track. I hope this video has served you deeply and helped you design a better lifestyle. Uh, Please leave me your feedback. Come up with your ideas, or you can even ask me questions on how to design a life dashboard for yourself. As you're doing this is something new. It takes time. First time when you sit and do a live dashboard, because you're thinking, and thinking is work. So much of thinking goes. Maybe you take 1 hour. Sometimes you take 3 hours. I took around that much time when I first designed my dashboard. But that's fine. Take it. Do it on a Sunday, or do it on any other day. But just do it. Uh, you need help, I'm always there. Reach out to me on how to design your lifestyle, because it excites me to help people to build better lives and help them accomplish their goals and solve their problems. And that's the purpose of my life. That's what I believe in. So I'm available for that if you are willing to work towards the betterment of your life. I am Life Coach Venkat. Thank you so much for participating in this training program. I will see you in another great training program. Until then, stay blessed, stay abundant, stay productive. Thank you. Peace out.